At the beginning of Mark chapter 14, Jesus is at dinner. He's at the home of Simon in Bethany, and a woman comes in with an alabaster jar of very expensive perfume. And she breaks the jar and pours the perfume over Jesus. Some of those who are present get annoyed and they say to each other, what a waste of perfume. We could have sold it. We could have given the money to the poor. And Jesus says, leave her alone. She's done a beautiful thing for me in worshipping me this way. She's preparing my body for my burial. And it is at this point that Judas Iscariot decides that he's going to betray Jesus. In Mark's version of events, the woman is not named. In John's Gospel, this event takes place in a slightly different way. It takes place on the Saturday evening before the triumphant entry on the Sunday, and it seems that it's Mary, the sister of Martha and Lazarus, who anoints Jesus. But I don't think the identity of the woman is necessarily the issue or the factor here. The issue is someone willing to give so much in order that they might worship Jesus. And I can understand the disciples' indignation to a point, especially when we remember a couple of days ago and Jesus' own displeasure and anger at the exploitation of the poor. Surely you would think Jesus would want the money or the perfume to be sold to make money that would help the poor. But Jesus says no. What's happened here is a very beautiful thing. And for me, it makes me ask questions about this balance between our worship and our praxis, our faith and our actions. Because we see it, don't we? Churches that are like completely set up with all the slick presentation and the high technology, and ministers who are paid to almost live in luxury. And you have to ask yourself, don't you, all of this money that's going into the church, how much of that money is going back out into the community? Are we spending a lot on our worship and not helping the poor? On the flip side, is there something to be said for putting the highest standards that we can on our worship of Jesus? Because surely he demands our very best. The balance between faith and works is a subtle one. There is a tension that we have to hold. And for sure it is both and. I think the answer is that in our worship we should be giving everything to Jesus. We should be giving him our very best. And part of that very best is that we serve those who are less fortunate than we are. Our sung worship, our said worship, our acts of prayer and devotion are not more or less important than our practical demonstrations of love for others. Because they are two sides of the same coin. They are two aspects of our demonstration of devotion. And however we worship Jesus, he deserves our very best.